we're going to take the second part of our puff pastry that we have in the freezer, and we're going to make Napoleons with it. Napoleons. And what we're going to do is we're going to roll this the size of a sheet pan. We're going to roller docker it. We're going to put 2 sheet pans on top of it. And what we want to do is we want to take the steam and the air out of that puff dough as it rises, so that we create a very thin, perfect layer that's flaky and delicious, and that creates our Napoleon. And Napoleon means something stacked. Classically, we're going to do it with pastry cream, fondant on top. We're going to put this together with chocolate mousse that we're going to make, so you can learn to make chocolate mousse. So a chocolate mousse Napoleon is a pretty fine thing, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start rolling this, and I'm going to roll it literally the size of a sheet pan, if not larger. And from there, I'm not going to make you suffer through watching me roll it all. When I get to that point, I'm going to come back and show you how we tray it and how we start baking it. All right. How do I know if I'm large enough for what I'm doing with my, let's see, here it is, my Napoleons? I'm going to take a piece of parchment paper, and I'm going to set it on top of it, and I'm going to know my dough isn't large enough yet, so I'm going to roll it some more. I did not make you suffer through rolling it, but it is, my dough was cold, and so that can always be a challenge. I put flour on the bench, I don't want it to stick. My dough being cold, wasn't much chance of that. Woo! You're gonna see. It's an upper body workout right here. Okay, so I'm gonna go a little wider and a little longer. Oh, it finally warmed up. You could have seen me when I went on camera. Wow. It was cold. I want to go a little longer. Why? Because I can. All right, woo, 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 woo. There we go. There I am. Ooh, I need to go a little longer. I'm not quite where I want to be. All right. Oops. There. I think I'm where I want to be. All right, now I'm going to show you. We're going to lock and load it. Fold that dough and put that over the side. I have a sheet pan with parchment. I'm going to put this on top. Fit in there. Come here. There we are. I'm going to lock him in. Set him down. Lay him on top. I'm going to grab another piece of parchment paper. I'm going to set it on top, and I'm going to take 2 sheet pans, and then I'm going to set that on top of it. Before we do that, we're going to roller docker it. Love the roller docker. What we want to do is we're trying to get the steam out of this puff pastry to create these beautiful layers for a Napoleon. To do that, we're going to let the steam escape, and we're going to use our roller docker. And it just pokes holes in the dough. So when we layer and put our sheet pans on top, it's going to help the steam escape. Oop, come here, you. And create those layers that we're looking for. Like I said, so what we're going to do is we'll put another parchment on top, 2 more sheet pans. We're going to set it in the oven, and every 20 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm looking for. I'm going to pull this dough out. I'm going to press on the top of my sheet pans, and steam is going to come out the side. We don't want to grab the sides of the sheet pans and do that because the steam comes and gets us. We don't want that. So I'm going to load it in the oven at 365 in the rotating, and then I'm going to show you every 20 minutes how we're going to pull it out, what we're looking for, how do we know when it's done. That's next. Our puff pastry, here I am, is ready to come out of the oven for the first time. I want to show you, I have a sheet pan here. I'm going to pull my sheet pans out. I'm going to show you how we're going to degas it is pretty much what we're doing, and then we're going to load it into the oven. We're going to let it go another 20 minutes and do that every single time. I'm going to let you know how many times we do that. What we're looking for is once the top browns beautifully, we're going to pull the sheet pans off and let it finish in the oven. I'm going to show you what we do. So here they come out. Be very careful, because there's a lot of steam. And what I want to do is, and I want to show you, I'm going to take this, just to show it. Look how it's risen up on the sides. That's a pretty good shot right there. I'm pretty impressed with me. Okay, and here I'm going to come right back to you. I know, I hope that didn't make you dizzy. So then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to press on top, and you're going to see steam. You can see the steam kind of popping itself out the sides. You don't want to do it with your hands on the side. because that makes for a very bad burn on your wrist. And so I'm coming in and I'm really just taking all the steam out of the puff dough that we worked very hard to create, but it makes this beautiful flaky layers of beautiful deliciousness in our Napoleon. And we can't do that unless we keep the puff pastry under wraps for us. So I'm going to stick this back in the oven. I'm going to do another 20 minutes. I'm going to do the same thing again, and I'm going to let you know how many times we do it to pull the top off and to finish the bake in the oven.